Okay, so Juliet, I'm wondering what key messages we might want to give parents at this time when kids are going back to school.
Well, you know what it is like when you're on an aeroplane and you have the safety information at the beginning. And they always say, put on your oxygen mask before you help others with theirs. Well, I guess that's my key advice, is that parents need to be looking after themselves and their well-being in order that they can then support their children. And that just means really doing things that you find enjoyable and that help you relax. And that's different from everybody. So that might well be gardening or cooking, doing some meditation or exercise, or just connecting up with friends and family, either virtually or in parks and on picnics and so on. And just the other really key message, parents, is that you may have very mixed emotions about your children returning to school. There might be utter relief and joy that you're no longer having to homeschool, but actually for some parents there might be sadness that that time is coming to an end, or there might be some feelings of worries or guilt about that child returning, or what you did and didn't achieve in that time. So it's okay to have a complete range of emotions.
And Becky, what about children? What key messages could we give them about returning to school?
Similar to as Juliet was saying for adults, we'd expect children to have a huge range of emotions about this. So it could change from happiness to sadness to grief in the space of, all before breakfast. So just to expect this as normal and accept that this is just a very strange time to be existing. So there's no right or wrong way to be at the moment. So it's all fine. And also to communication up as much as possible so that you can communicate with your friends, but also if adults around children could just try to reflect back what they're communicating through behaviour or through language, and not necessarily try and jump in and fix difficult emotions, because it can be just more helpful and more powerful to just reflect back and contain the emotions that they're expressing.
Brilliant. And Helena, my question to you is really about what kinds of questions do you think children might ask their parents about returning to school, and how might parents tackle those questions?
Yeah, I think some children might be worried or anxious about returning to school because of the information of what they've heard in the media, either about Luton, its locality, or just the virus generally. And I think it's about acknowledging that worry and anxiety, normalising it, and reassuring children. And also, as parents, being or feeling able to contact schools to talk about what's actually being put in place to support everybody and keep them safe. Because lots of processes are being put in place. And it might be then that parents can talk to children about what school will look like, because it won't be normal, it won't be exactly the same as it was previously. So being able to talk to children about what that will look like, what might be different. And then also I think thinking about transitions, because some children might be particularly worried, or they might be excited even, because they might be going from primary to secondary or early years to primary, and thinking about what that's going to look like and the things that will be in place to support them. And asking schools if you can have visuals to support those conversations, so pictures, photographs, information about the adults that will be working with them. And I think also children might be concerned about who they can go and talk to in school if that particular person isn't maybe in their bubble. And again, talking to school about that kind of network of adults that children know they can go to and reliably seek any support from.
So I guess all of us have been basically saying that there's going to be a range of emotions, and that's perfectly normal and that's fine from children and from parents and probably from teachers as well. And that communication is absolutely key, isn't it? Communicating between your children and yourselves, but also communicating with the school and communicating with your local area, your community as well. That seems to be absolutely key. And looking after yourself as much as possible. Brilliant.
Yeah.